Not yet. Hey, everybody. Wow, it's been some time since we've actually played with our amazing British crew, one of our British crews, the British boys. Is what I'd like to. Simon, stop it. Already, Simon is causing troubles. Out of print is causing troubles. He always causes troubles. Look at this. He's causing troubles again. Anyways, it's been a couple months. We've had to deal with sicknesses, family health issues, and things like that. So we're kind of getting back to it. And then what's going to happen is we're going to come across the Christmas holiday season, and then we're going to almost shut down for most of December, but we'll see what happens. Other than that, we're picking up about a week after the party finished with dealing with the small clan or the small cult of Azehawk that had started to take charge of things. I haven't done a lot for everything. Well, I have. So we're going to just jump in here and we're going to start with the players. Now we are missing one Kasuto who has moved on because of university, I think is what they call it in Britain. The university, we call it college, I guess, or specific schools when we come here. So let's go ahead and jump in and say hello. We've actually got a new player who will be joining us. I'm not going to introduce him just yet, his character yet, but we'll introduce him as a player. Well, good morrow or good evening for you guys. It's what, 8:30?
Hello, yeah, it's
9:30,
quarter past 9.
Yeah. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing okay.
Good. Our newest player is going to be Graham, also Mandrake on Discord and stuff. So he's going to be joining us. He's taking the place of Kasuto. Kasuto's always welcome to come back. So is Will, if Will ever decides to come back and bring back his Conan canine. But I think it's the Conine. It's a matter of timing for him and family and things like that. So we'll see what happens. But they're always welcome. And same with Shelby. Shelby's always welcome to come back. So when we last left off, we had left, you guys had finished cleaning out the clan of the cult of Azehawk, the small cult that had started to take up residence in this part of the southern district. And you guys had taken all the prisoners that you found, or actually when you got there, the Knights of Elal were there, the Watch Wardens were there, and some of those Watch Wardens were a little bit like, yeah, we're going to kind of look the other way, because you're going to be taking a big bite out of our paid expenses kind of thing. And you returned a body of not the leader, but one of his henchmen to the Church of Elal. And they proceeded with questioning of the dead mortal. They brought him back to health, and then they moved him on however they wanted to do that. And so we're going to pick up about a week after that. So what we do have for the shrine, as I was pre-explaining it, is that the shrine has been now wholly and spiritually sanitized. The Knights of Elal have taken up a small residence there. They built a small barracks on the second level underneath. And that's where we'll pick up for that, so we can get any role playing out or anything you guys would desire to do and things like that. And we're going to pick up at about a week after that. So I'm going to turn it over to Ziggy and Tahir.
So my first question is actually, how's Ziggy been over this week? Like a nice, quiet, restful week with no dark tunnels or anything going on? What's Ziggy's kind of state?
Had we got rid of the little sort of death curse that was hanging on to Ziggy?
No, you haven't.
Oh, right. Lovely.
And you still have that recurring thing that's happening for you, Zig.
Oh, shit. Yes, I'd forgotten about the recurring. Thanks for reminding me.
When is the appointment to get the death curse removed? Because I remember there was someone coming into town who was like the head of the Church of Elal or something like that.
Correct.
And he could remove it, and we were gonna do something with that, but he hasn't arrived yet. It's only been few days. So
Yeah, it's only been a few days.
Mm.
So the actual curse for Ziggy is. Gotta find my notes for it. Yeah, it's the death curse basically is this: is he will die within a couple of days or weeks. You're not exactly sure. You didn't have the exact ability to take care of it to here. That's why you were waiting for that the greater what are they for Church of the Law? They are the I think the masters of the church. I think that's what they called. I'd have to look that up. For that entire point. But yeah, you definitely gonna have to do that.
okay, no worries. In which case, I've probably been sending just gentle letters as just like gentle pokes to the church, like don't
Hey,
forget my friend Ziggy. Yeah,
Don't forget.
time's running out.
Right. Yeah, so I mean for the last it's only been a week and stuff like that. So by the time, you finally what happened to the character? Sorry. I'm doing 9 things at once. Okay, there it is. It takes it's about 4 or 5 days after that event. You get a missive indicating that I gotta look that up. That's gonna bother me when I don't have all my notes in front of me.
Is it Synod?
Say again.
The Synod.
No, he's got a very specific title. He's almost like the Pope, if you want to reflect it to that, right? I mean, that's how high he is up here, and this is actually the main Church of the Law is actually up in far to the north in Sultania, and it actually is that's where the main church is actually established. But this is like a major church. And he's kind of doing the world tour right now, in a sense. And so, yes, so you do get a missive eventually that he has arrived and that you're free to bring Ziggy to the church when you feel you are ready.
Okay.
And Graham, I just sent you your character sheet.
Thank you.
In which case I sort of I sort of open that letter in my office and I finish reading it, and then I sort of run out and start hunting around the shrine for Ziggy.
So what else have you been doing during the week there to hear?
So during the week, since it's the temple's now cleansed, I want to start sorting out like specific rooms for specific purposes, like training acolytes and holding ceremonies and like giving shelter and food to people that need it. And the other thing I wanted to start working on was sort of making connections with local community leaders, let's call them. So like people that own businesses, the captain of the watch wardens for the area, and those kind of people, and sort of like trying to ingratiate myself a bit with them.
Okay. So during this week, have you invited them to come dine with you in some sort of way, or have you gone to meet them? Is that how you're seeing that?
Yeah, either way, whichever one works best for them.
All right. So during that week, go ahead and increase your reputation by +10.
Nice.
And also gain +5 philosophy points for that work that you've been doing. So that's what you've been doing through the week. You've been meeting with people, and about the 3rd or 4th day into the week, you get this missive that I've got to find it now. It's gonna kill me. My brain won't let this go, even though I know I should. Ziggy, what have you been doing during this time?
I wanted to get a rifle to barrel for my handgun, which means going to visit the gunsmith we saw before, and I did have his name down in my notes, but I've lost my notes as well. So
Understood.
Teamwork.
Teamwork. I have to actually look him up as well.
Other than that, then I'm just. Whereas Tahir is going out doing the public thing, I'm stealthing around Making sure if there's anybody who's up to no good planning against us, I'm getting wind of it.
Okay. So the title to here is the Grand Life Protector.
The Grand Life Protector.
And they
Okay.
are the control of the whole church, and stuff like that. And there's only one of them, and they are one. And it actually happens to be an additional Sabbatori.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
It changes every couple of years, as
Mhm.
they kind of do their divine religious political systems, whatever that looks like, which I haven't really thought about. So you can do that. Ziggy, go ahead and make a information gathering to skill check.
Ooh. Yee. That's not a good roll. It's not bad. I'm going to spend a action to re-roll that.
A heroic luck. That
Yeah.
bad.
Well, it was a bad. I need to succeed on this. So I got a 23 with a skill of 47. So 23.
There
33,
you pick up on
43.
a couple of small rumors of a couple of knife guys that were employed by the Radus, the Radox, or whatever their name was, I forget exactly. And they're kind of upset with the fact that they are no longer employed and are looking to maybe try to make a big name for themselves by maybe attempting an assault onto here at some point. I mean, come on. Everything was fine until Tahir got here in the district, and then things went the wrong direction, you know.
I totally understand.
Yeah, in like 2 weeks we've done some work. Like, we've been effective.
Yeah, you've been very effective over 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, that's kind of what you hear. It's kind of like this hey DD Depth, thank you for stopping by and watching. What do you want to do with that information, or are you just going to hold on to that?
I'll be having a word with Tahir later, and I'll do it in character. Well, the other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to get a rifle to battle for my handgun.
Okay. And you have the silver for that?
That's what I'm looking for in the equipment list.
Gotta
For the
find
price.
I gotta find that guy's name. The Radus. That was the bad guys, the Radus. And Zewis Radu was the high powerful mage of a priest of Azahak that escaped. You know, I don't have that guy's name written down. I know that he was a Kova.
Well, let's just call him John Moses Browning, shall
Jim Noses Brown. Okay, Jim.
we? Okay.
Okay. That works. I have to write that down now. Page. What do we call? What's his name?
Jim Roses Brown.
Roses
Brown. It's a play on John Moses Browning. Oh, we got his biography in the other room.
The weaponsmith, right? He's a weaponsmith. That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
There we go.
Right. Rifling 800 silver pieces.
That's the base cost.
That's the base cost.
Yep.
Plus 800 silver pieces. So I'm assuming that plus any extra you want to add to it.
Well, no, you might actually be able to go in and actually haggle it down. I mean, that's what this is all about, right? It's not so much about pay this and that's all you get, right?
Yep. So I'll go out for a chat with Mr. Browning. Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown. So during this time, we're going to actually get you going here, Graham. Describe to us what Marcus has been up to for the last week. He's come to Darduda Shiva for what reason? What's the point of this woodsman ranger type to make his way into the city?
Every so often, he gets this urge to sort of visit the urban environments to sort of see what cities are like, and he's trying to make a decision on cities. He likes the outdoors, he likes the woodland life and things like that. He likes that sort of thing. But every so often, he gets this urge to come into town and he buys his supplies and he hangs around for a bit, and then he gets a little bit cheesed off, and then he'll wander off again and go somewhere else, or he'll go look at something else. But if something gets his attention, he'll stay. He'll get stuck in. He likes good food as well. So, he's not been to Darashiva before. So therefore he wants to try the local cuisine and food and, occasional tipple of a drink or 3, 4.
Okay.
You
Now,
know, if he's in that sort
just
of mood.
for your information, Darduda Shiva, like I said, is a megaplas, right? It's home to 3.5 to 4 million people. It's at times, and that can range all the way up to 9 million people, depending on if there's any festivals happening. And that's just the city. The city itself is about 12 miles in diameter. It's got what's called the outer crown, which is this 50-foot tall white stoned white granite wall that encompasses the entire city, and the city is set upon these hills that exist, these 7 hills, and there's a main river that kind of flows through it, flows through it and down through it. So it's a fairly large city. It's a fairly large port. As you begin to arrive, you notice in the sky above you these airships that are docking with these massive towers high in the sky, and those kind of things. Most visitors make their way into what's called the Southern District, which is it's not hobbish, hobnobbish or anything like that. It's more where all the most.
Is this where you would find the weapon makers and the weaponsmiths and things like that? Would they be in this area?
They would definitely be in this area. The Eastern District.
The main reason why he's come to Darashiva is that he's actually coming to collect his bow.
Okay.
He's had this bow. He's been adventuring for a while. He's got the money, and someone said, "No, you need to go to Darashiva to this guy. He's making it for you. He's making you this really nice composite bow. I think on the thing it's a finely crafted one, but it's a specific person. There's only one slight problem. He lost the address. He lost the name of the person. So he's now. Oh, there comes the cat. There goes the cat.
Cat needs to go out.
Yeah, he's in a situation where he's now working his way around all the. So he knows sort of part of the name, so he's working his way around all the places that have got this sort of thing in the name, trying to find the right person to pick his bow up for. It's all been paid for. It's all ready to go. He's got the quiver, he's got the arrows, he's got everything else. He just doesn't have the bow.
Genuinely love that.
Sorry?
I genuinely love that. Like,
yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. So he's about 6'2", 6'3". He's got very short cropped hair, but you can tell that he is can't pronounce this now.
A
Sunday thing, but unlike normal Sundays, he's got short cropped hair, like a lot like what I've got myself, but short cropped hair. And he also which is unusual. Normally they have long locks and things like that, carry big axes and are quite big people. He's quite a slender build, but he keeps going into shops and he keeps asking questions and he keeps coming out. And if anybody was ever watching him, he comes out and he goes and he scribbles on a piece of paper and he shakes his head and then he wanders off again.
Hmm.
So this is what he's really doing in Dirt Shiva. He's trying to find the bowyer that is making. Bowyer that is making his bow.
Let's
or
do
has made
this.
his bow and said to come and pick it up.
Let me have both you and Ziggy roll charisma checks. The charisma is what I consider our luck attribute, and then just tell me your total successes.
0. I rolled a
Nice.
92.
Nice.
By the way, Ham, I've given you an extra heroic look.
Oh, thank you very much.
As a welcome to the party.
Welcome to the game. You're going to need it.
Yeah, especially with my luck. If I've forgotten where the bowyer is to pick my
Mhm.
bow up, yeah, definitely I'm going to need it.
So, did you roll against your charisma there, Graham?
Sorry, you wanted me as well, right?
Mhm.
So is it just the main stat number of the charisma, the 65? In my
Yeah,
case?
just roll underneath that. Remember, every 10 you get a success.
53. And
So
my
you've got one
65.
success.
That's
So-
one success.
You guys, so as you're wandering from from one weapons maker to another weapons maker, and you're getting a lot of no's and stuff like that, the area around you again. So just give you an idea is imagine the streets. The main street itself is about 50 feet wide, but it's packed. Right, it's packed with different vendors. It's packed with visitors, merchants, people moving trade goods through to the trade district, because the southern district is where everything's made, and the trade district is generally where everything is traded and sold and things like that. You actually step on the tail of a small brownish mouse-looking person in front of you. Ziggy, your tail takes 5 points of fatigue damage. Instead of bumping into each other, I had him step on your tail.
Sorry, I didn't see that. My apologies. Oh,
Resist the urge to pull out my gun and shoot him. Right, looking down, you see a Manx. Yeah,
Manx.
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 Not dissimilar
Can
to
I
the
just
picture
ask-
on the stream next to my name. Right.
I've seen it
he's,
before. Yeah.
he's wearing a dark cloak. He's obviously got armor on underneath. He's got a big, full, flat military style holster on this hip. He's sword at that hip, and he looks like he's got daggers strewn here, there, and everywhere.
Oh, right. I take a step back. I apologise. I'm sorry. Oh, have you got one of those newfangled things? I think they call it.
Look round.
Is it a bun? Is it a hun? No. A gun.
Yes.
Is that one of those newfangled things?
Well, kind of newish. If you
Very
want one, my gunsmith's just over there. I'll show you where to get it from.
I'm not too. Maybe you can help me. I'm looking for a bowyer by the name of. And he's got this piece of paper, and he's turning it in about 3 different ways, trying to work out. And
Can I just? I know I've got the rumor of the 2 people that are going after Tahir. I have a funny feeling I might be on somebody's shit list. I just want to sort of do what check would it be to sort of give him the once over, just to see if he's putting this on and really is playing the lost traveler, or whether or not I'm being set up.
There is an ability and a spell that allows you to do that, but you don't have either. So we're just going to call it a wits check for you to see. And it's not really, you're not trying to see if he's trying to lie to you, because so it wouldn't be a skepticism check. It's be more of a wits gut check. And I'll give you a plus 3 successes on that.
Well, I rolled a 36 with a stat of 70. 30, 40.
So that's
50,
4
60,
plus the
70.
3, that's 7 successes.
That's 7 successes.
He looks like a country boy come to the city and is lost.
Yeah.
Just in the back of his mind, just the immediate thought: this city is going to eat him alive. Tahir will want to look after him. He likes little lost lambs.
I do tend to pick up strays.
You
It's
don't
true.
you pick up strays. That is correct. So are you going to take him? Are you going to follow?
Yeah, I'll take him. I'll take him
to.
to my gunsmith, and if anybody's going to know a decent bowyer in town that's doing the work for him, it's probably going to be one of the other weaponsmiths.
Right.
They know the competition.
They do. So you guys arrive to Brown's weaponsmithing or gunsmithing shop for all intents and purposes. You've come here a couple of times to talk to him, but he's generally busy. So there's kind of like an assistant, an apprentice that kind of meets you at when you walk into the shop, and he walks over and goes, "Oh, Ziggy, you're back." It's a younger Kova. He doesn't have the full ridges yet. He looks at you and goes, "Oh, so what do you need today?"
Pulled out the gun. Basically, for reference wise, looks like a broom-handled Mauser, or for people who might want to know, Han Solo's handgun.
Okay.
Right? For easier reference.
Marcus,
Right? Drop the magazine out, hand it over, says, I need some more magazines because 2 isn't enough, and I want a rifle to barrel as and when he can fit it in.
Oh, okay. He takes it back. He goes, "Let me go talk to Jem."
Mm-hmm.
And he takes it back and stuff. You can hear Jem coming in, and a few minutes later, maybe a minute or two later, Jem comes out and goes, "Ziggy, you want to add a rifled barrel to this gun? Why don't you just buy a new gun?"
Because that's really good quality handgun, because I paid extra for it to be good quality. I also don't like those little glow-in-the-dark pistols.
Oh yeah, I can do a rifling for this. Take me about 3 days and about 800 silver to do so.
If I gave you 900, could you get it done a little faster?
I suppose. I can put off one of the other ones that came in front of you and get it done a little faster.
Just a quick. I've made a new acquaintance. I do suppose. What's your name?
Sorry, yeah, my name's Marcus. Marcus Law.
He's looking for something in
I'm
a
looking
bow.
for this person. I'm looking for this person. And he hands his piece of paper over to the gunsmith.
Page 179 if you're looking for the firearm stuff, Levi.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm looking for this bowyer. I'm looking to get my new
New
bow. These newfangled things. These. Just.
Oh well, by the looks of you, I take it that you haven't quite acquired a taste for the
Esoterical.
the power.
I think the esoterical is the word that my teacher told me once.
Esoterical. That's a very interesting word. He takes the paper and looks down and goes, "Oh, yeah, I know this individual. He's three shops up and to the left."
Oh, thank you very much. Spent so much money on this bow, and I really, really want to try it. But yes. Well, friend Ziggy, if I may call you friend, I must thank you very much for at least getting me in the right direction, the right place, and that. I hope that maybe we can meet up and have a drink again sometime in the near future.
There's a nice pub near where I live called the Dish Towel.
The Ishtal. The Ishtal
Tavern.
Tavern.
The locals just call it the Dish Towel.
The Dish Towel.
The Dish Towel.
And
okay.
We've got a place where one of my friends has a place that can put you up at virtually no charge. You might have to sit through a sermon.
Oh,
soup and a sermon is a common thing that Tahir does.
Soup and sermon. A bit like soup and sandwiches my mum used to make. Yes. Okay. Yes. I think I'll take you up on that, and I will stand you a tankard of beer as well to say thank you, if that is all right.
I'm always happy to help.
Excellent. At this point, Marcus will depart the shop, and as he goes to turn the wrong way,
just sort this, and I'll come with. It's a big city. It's easy to get lost.
Yes. Actually, do you know what? I think yes, I'll owe you 2 pints now for that.
Okay, I'm sure there's other things I can help you with on the way.
So Jim, still there holding your pistol, listening to you two.
Yeah.
So you want an extra day or 2 days early, or how much faster do you want me to get this done?
What's the most expedient way you can get it done?
The best I could
understand
do
the
is
fast, good,
probably
and cheap routes.
the best I could do is maybe a day and a half, 2 days at best. I mean, if you want me to rush it, I can't guarantee the quality.
No, I want it done right.
All right. But yeah, I mean, if you, I can definitely come back and say 2 days. Check in 2 days. I should have it. And you wanted some extra magazines.
Yeah.
Marcus here can take care of that for you and get that all riveted up. Yeah, I can take this part. He starts mumbling to himself as he turns, and you hear this click clack, like things are being taken apart as he's moving to the back of the shop. He goes, 2 days, 2 days. Disappears into the back of the shop.
I will pay half now and half on completion.
Marcus.
Or do they want it all up front?
Marcus, that's me.
No,
You don't.
there's more than one name Marcus. Marcus, this is the Kova Marcus, the little apprentice.
Okay.
Marcus can take care of this. He looks as he goes, okay, and how many more magazines do you need, Zig?
We'll have another 3.
3.
That'll give me
Okay.
5 magazines at 10 shots each. So
So you got 3
50
magazines
rounds should be
altogether?
one fight.
If it ain't dead after 50 bullets, we've got a problem.
We've got a serious problem. All right, so
Well,
those
I'm
additional,
thinking
those will each be an additional 75 silver pieces each for each of those. So that's 150, 225 silver plus the 900. We're talking 1125. But I think Jim wouldn't mind if I cut it off by 10%. So we'll say a cool 950.
Okay, yeah, 950.
All right, very good.
I'll
Yeah,
pay.
and-
I've got the money now. I'll pay it all up front.
You're gonna pay it all up front. All right.
Yeah. I have
So
a good reputation with this place.
yeah. You and as you're finishing paying, Marcus looks to Marcus and you and says, "Oh, so make sure you go again." The individual is Odd Azumd, Azumesh. That he's the master boyer, one of the master boyers here.
Oh, that's
Ode.
what it says.
Ode.
Azumish.
Yeah, it's OHD. Ode. Azumesh. EZU mesh.
Oh, right. Okay, yes. That's why I didn't get it. All right. Thank you very much for that. Is this place just handguns? Sorry, weaponries, firearms.
I'm sorry, say again?
Is this place just firearms?
Yeah, this is just a gunsmith.
Okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Does he sell black powder?
Yeah, of course he does. It's Dragon's Dust, but yes.
Ooh, Dragon's Dust. Excellent. I must remember this shop. Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. So, friend Ziggy.
Hey, Stoic, thank you for the cheer.
Maybe we can. Oh, we can go and pick my bow up, and then I can treat you to that beer.
To my friend to here as well.
To here.
To here.
Okay.
Awesome. Right.
Do we?
So you guys head off after you've got that all settled and stuff. You've got the 3 extra magazines with you now, Zig. And
But no gun to put them in.
I'm sorry? But
no
nothing to put
guns to
them.
put
Yeah,
them.
nothing to put them in right now. So you guys go. The street gets a little busy and stuff. There's a small commotion as an elephant just decides to sit down in the middle of the street, causes issues and everything like that. And you guys make it up. You make it up to the about 3 vendors up, 3 stores up, and there's this massive bow kind of sticking out into the street that's part of the signage and stuff like that. And it says,
Could have somebody's eye out with that.
right? And it has his name on there, Ode as Zumesh Master Boyer.
Good evening, sir. Sorry, good afternoon, sir. I'm looking for the proprietor.
You walk in and stuff. It's kind of busy. There's a couple of assistants that are helping people, and they're like, oh, and yeah, okay. And your name? What?
Yes, Law. Marcus.
Marcus Law. Oh,
I
all right.
actually have a commission to collect. And he reaches into his neck and he pulls off this chain, and it has a small metal tablet, a small metal thing with a gem set in it and some sort of writing or something. And he says, I was told that I must present this to the proprietor and he would understand exactly what this means.
Oh. So the assistant takes it from you and kind of makes his way to the back
No.
room.
No? Yeah, he holds onto it. I said, I must show it to the proprietor.
Oh, okay. Very well. So he goes back there and he talks for a minute and stuff. And as you're waiting for him, you suddenly feel the building kind of not really shake, but there's some heavy footsteps as they approach. And out steps this 8.5 foot tall Fenkanor. Basically, they look like a human. They're 8.5 feet tall. They're very, very tall, very muscular. And he goes, "Oh, Lore, Marcus Lore, been waiting for you. We've had this for several weeks."
And he sort of reaches up and hands this this tablet,
which was really like about that big to you, is about the size of a small, about that to him. He goes, "Oh, yes. Oh, I take you for who you are. Here you go." And he goes back and
no, this is the receipt. This is the bit I was told that I had to deliver to you. Apparently, it's something to do with, I don't know, but this is just that I have to give you this, and you give me the bow. That's what I've been told.
I wasn't told that, but we will do that. He goes to the back and he comes out. He unrolls the bow. It hasn't been strung at all. It's wrapped up in a soft, leathery canvas and stuff like that. Unrolls it and stuff like that, and it is a dark brown with inlaid red steel into it, which makes it much more durable. And he's got 5 bowstrings there, and he goes, "If you wish to go ahead and
string
it."
Sorry, out of character here. Is it this is the bow that's got the wheelies on the end, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is. He hasn't strung it yet, though.
No, that's fine.
The wheelies.
Well, it's a recurve.
It's a recurve, yeah, with overstretch. Marcus picks up the bow, starts stringing it and everything, and he puts his leg, and he sticks his leg through, and he twists in a certain way, brings it down, and just and then just hooks it all together, and just very carefully just pulls it back a little bit, and he does all the checks, and he just things, and he takes that string off, and then he looks at the other 2, and he goes, "Yeah, it must be this one." And then he does it again, and there's just this creak as it comes in, but it's you normally pull a bow back to here, and he's pulled it right back to his ear, and it's absolute, yeah.
And it actually locks into place at a certain point.
Oh man, this is absolutely fantastic.
Well, it was a good bit of ingenuity. I haven't had to build one of those for some time, so it took me a minute. But yeah, I think you'll be happy with it.
I think I will, yes. And I must thank you for the work that you have done, sir. Thank you very much. I'm assuming there's some sort of case or something, so I can.
Well, yeah. So there's a case that comes with it, but he brought it out wrapped up because he kept it oiled and stuff like that for you.
Obviously, yeah.
And stuff like that. So he wraps it back up for you, puts it in this this rattan wooden case, in a sense, that you can use.
Yep, and I can put it towards my backpack. Yep, okay. Oh, cat's in again.
No, dogs comes in.
Oh, dogs come in.
The dog came in. We have a farm. What do you want? Probably brushing up the
all the
chickens.
snow that they have in Buffalo.
So, friend Ziggy, I think it's time for that beer.
Yeah, but whilst he's been doing that with Bo, Ziggy's been sort of measuring him up, seeing that he knows now this guy knows how to use a bow. The way you strung it was smooth, and there was no fannying about. So Interesting.
Yeah.
This way. I know a couple of shortcuts.
Lead on. Lead
I'll
on.
take him to the triangle and through a couple of nice secluded alleys so we don't have to walk through the massive crowd of people.
You take him through the back alleys?
Yeah.
All right. It takes you about 25, 30 minutes to finally make it back to the Devil's Triangle where this thing is actually taking where the temple is and the Ishtal Tavern is, and the inn that you guys have kind of made your home up that's up and across the way there while everything was taken care of.
Before beer, let's go see to here. Beer to here.
Almost rhymes.
Ooh.
Before beer, see to hear. Hey, that rhymes. That's pretty good. That.
Do not worry. Have no fear. Our friend to here. He's over there.
It takes you takes you a little bit of time, but you finally make it in. You make it into the temple or the shrine. What are you doing to here at this time?
What time of day is
Ziggy's
it?
been gone. It's about just a little bit after noon, more or less. To hear Ziggy's been gone all morning, and you haven't been able to find him at all.
Yeah, I've probably been going through the daily routine of the temple. I guess about this point, I'm probably cleaning up after the midday service,
Okay.
I would assume. So I'm there, sort of like in priestly vestments of Tahir's like a 8-foot tall giant anthropomorphic saber-toothed cat with white fur with like grey stripes, and he's wearing ring armor. Sorry.
Ceremonial robes.
Yeah, ring armor with like ceremonial vestments over the top of it. And there's a halberd just resting somewhere in one of the corners of the shrine. And he is currently scrubbing down the altar with a cloth.
Okay. So, what we've just walked in.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm afraid it's the country bumpkin type thing. Wow. This is big. It's a bit pop.
Hi.
Ah, Father. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, sorry. My name is Marcus.
Marcus.
Ziggy said I should come and meet you. Apparently,
Hi, Ziggy.
Apparently, if I asked him if he wanted a beer because he helped me, and he said that you might want to join us. I have no idea who you are, sir, but you're of priestly origins, so yes. Hello.
That sounds great. A beer sounds good. I'm just finishing up here. Are you new to the city? You've got that kind of...
Yes. I got
Behind
a bit
him.
lost.
I'm just going.
Yes, and to be honest, I must have said I very inadvertently assaulted my friend Ziggy here by treading on his tail.
Oh, well,
But he was very kind and helped me, and yes, I've finally managed to get my bow. So I am
But-
very happy.
I tend to find that you can buy a lot of forgiveness from Ziggy with a beer. So, one
Because
second.
One with a beer or three?
A beer or three, yeah, that'll work. Right.
I'm sorry. Can I just ask out of character? What god or priest or thingy are you?
Priest of Allah, which
Allah,
is
right.
yeah, he's a deity of life and just general like a patriarchal life generating father figure. So
And Allah will be there for you.
I have to stop mechanically. What you just wrote to me, plot,
yeah,
that doesn't make sense. What rank are you?
I think currently 6.
Oh wow.
I might not have updated it in a while. As in, like, I think my sheet's got a bit out of kilter.
Ziggy, what rank are you?
Can only 7. I do believe. I can. Let me just quickly. Scrolls up. Yeah, and can only rank 7.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think you're ranked 7 there, Tahir.
Wait. Which one did you ask for? Oh no. Here's the actual figure. I was looking at the
Okay.
wrong skill.
Woo! I was like, wait a minute, there's something wrong. All right, very
Yeah.
cool. There we go. All right.
Wrong skill. I was looking at divine law.
Yeah, technically, just to let you know, you're part of the church. You're more of an initiate at this still point because you haven't gained more, but you're still an initiate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are obligations that you'll ultimately have to do as well. But yeah, you're an initiate. Your next step is acolyte.
Yep.
And then monk, and then maybe a high one.
That'll be fun. Hi. The one that says hi. Yeah, so I'll be fulfilling whatever religious duties that need doing, basically.
Did I ever send you the Church of Alal information to hear?
Yes, you did. I've got it somewhere.
So you may want to take a look at the fact on your turning options. You can't use turn monster or turn humanoid. Instead, you gain either the glory of Alal, freedom of life, or inspiring words.
Yeah.
And then you also gain life's resistance as a free ability.
Life resistance.
But you will need the power of self first and foremost. I don't know where that's power of self, I believe, is a regular ability. But yeah, that gives you a whole other track to follow as a character.
Cool. I will check that out because I need to level up to 7. I just haven't got around to it yet. So, yeah, there we go. Power of self. Oh, that's nice.
All right, sorry, I didn't mean to derail.
Yeah, and now we're heading to the pub, I think.
All right.
Well, I was told that this pub also has accommodations. I could do with some of them.
This pub doesn't. Ishtal does not have any accommodations. It's actually the way I've been describing it to them is it's a place of scum and villainy.
Right.
It's a bit you're in the Devil's Triangle, which is just an unusual spot. It's very Hell Kitchen-ish, which I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the term with New York. It's very
I watched Daredevil.
Right? Yeah, it's not very savory. Right? It's got a lot of small issues. And the bright spot was the Shrine of Alal many years ago. It became defunct, and the church said we need to reopen it, and they sent Tahir to do so. And that's where they've been and dealing with that and other little small issues for a while.
You can, if you need a place to stay, we've got dormitories downstairs in the shrine. You can stay in those for as long as you need.
Oh, thank you very much.
No problem at all.
Okay.
Always happy to help out with kindness.
I still have a hammock in the rafters. I am not sleeping down there. There
That's
were
fair.
bad things down there. I sleep up there.
That's fair. The bad things are gone now. I sleep down there. It's perfectly safe.
Yeah. I
have a hammock in the rafters.
Do you? Is it comfortable?
Yes, it's a hammock.
Excellent. Well, okay, so I'm assuming the wands are off and we go and have a few beers and we sort of chat about things and
Let's
yes,
go
I mean
across the
I've
road
been
to the dish
traveling
tower.
now for a few weeks and I did some good favors for a landowner. There was a problem and unfortunately I lost my bow and he very kindly replaced it. Cost me a fair penny, but he did put me onto
You were working.
mesh.
Just let me just run that again. You were working for someone. You lost your bow. He helped you replace it, but you had to pay for it.
Oh yes, no, but
that's a good business practice, is that?
Yeah, I had to pay quite a bit towards it, but he put me into touch with Azumesh, who was from all intents and purposes, was a very good bowyer, but I had to come here to pick it up as well. But it's meant to be very good, so I've been looking forward to it. And I was just trying to help, as always. Tends to get me into trouble, I think, sometimes helping. Maybe I should stop doing it. No, I can't be bothered.
No,
But,
not
you
at
know.
all. Like, I tend to find that helping people tends to get you into trouble, but then eventually the people you help get you out of the trouble that you're
Yeah.
in the next time around. So it all works out worth it in the end.
Yes, I would agree with you on that one.
Say nothing, sip my beer.
Yes.
So,
Right. Go ahead.
no, carry on.
No, you were going to say something.
I was just going to say, so how long was your journey here? How far have you traveled?
When I got to the wall on the outskirts, it's taken me a week to get from the wall to here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, not terribly far, but far enough.
No, that was that bit, but then I was traveling for 2 weeks before that as well.
So basically, what he's saying is
Right.
he's been lost in the city for a week.
And you're still in possession of your coin purse and your life. That's actually quite impressive.
Mm-hmm.
The Doroshiva is not
There
an
are a
overly
few,
kind
well,
place.
I don't know, if you hear of a few people that have been knocked out, you might, yeah, a couple of people have had a go. I think they got the hint that it was a bad idea.
Fantastic. Okay. Sorry, Tlaris, what were you going to say?
So the Ishtel Tavern, it's mid-afternoon, so it's not really super busy. The series that takes care of the place is there, and as you guys walk in, he kind of gives you a like a head nod and stuff like that. The local clientele isn't as active as they are in the late afternoons and late into the mornings, so it's still got that musky, mildewy smell to it, of spilled drinks and other spices in the air and stuff like that. You guys sit down for a couple of drinks and things like that, and while you're doing that and drinking, you're getting to know each other. A missive arrives for you to hear.
Okay.
It's delivered by one of the younger initiates of the Church of Allah, and he hands it to you and goes, Master Tahir, and he hands it to you.
Thank you. I'll crack it open and read it at the table.
So he turns, he bows, and then he leaves. He's got other, and you can notice that it's not the only missive. He's literally got a pouch full of other missives that he's delivering and things like that.
Oh, he's the mail service.
And do you read it there or do you wait?
Yeah, I'll read it there.
So you crack it open, and it's basically a request to come to the Grand Church of Alal to speak with the High One, Marcus Razadal, who you know is to be a troll, and he's requested that you have your companions join you as well.
Fantastic. Ziggy, good news. We finally got our appointment.
Good. Bad news. I think there's a couple of people might want to stab you.
Oh, well, that's normal, isn't it?
Yeah, to be honest with you, these two guys, I think it's the part of the group that we dealt with a few days ago,
Right.
that found themselves without any support, so they're looking to make a name. I think they're sort of trying to G themselves up, just talking bullshit. But once they've had a few drinks, they might try something. So,
Oh, well, we'll see. But honestly, if they couldn't beat us en masse, I doubt they could beat us drunk and in a dark alleyway somewhere. So, but it never pays to be completely on vigilance. So, thank you very much for that information. Would you like to join us,
Somebody
Marcus?
wants to
Sleep
attack
if you want
the
to deal with them.
Sorry, did I hear that right? Somebody wants to attack you, a priest?
Yes,
That's
Quite.
not to be done.
quite a common occurrence.
Is it?
We've made life very, very difficult for some very unpleasant people that were operating in this area. and they don't take kindly to that.
So you're going somewhere now, are you?
Yes, Ziggy and I have an appointment to see the Grand Life Protector in at the main Church of Allah in the city, and I've been told to bring companions. So if you'd like to come along, you'd be more than welcome.
I was going to offer to come with you because I mean to sort of pay back Ziggy and you being his friend as well.
Show your places around
I
the city as we
don't
go.
I don't like this idea of people attacking. It's just not on. No, I'm not
Well,
having it.
But the people.
And he
without
stands
it,
up and he
they-
sort of flexes himself and he pulls a shield off the back of his bag and he puts it on his arm and he's got and his sword's on his other hip and he's
just gonna
very
look up,
agitated.
to here.
Very agitated.
Oh boy.
Sorry, Ziggy. Sorry, my friend. What was that?
Well, I just said, oh boy.
Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, boy, to them indeed. Definitely.
Very
Whenever you're ready, friend, to hear, let's be on our way and let's
This
if we
city's
find
gonna
these
eat 'em up
brigands,
alive.
I'm going to thump them good and hard.
I really appreciate your enthusiasm to protecting my life. Thank you. If everyone's eaten and had a drink, shall we go?
Yep. Pay for that.
Excellent. Right. Yeah, we'll head to the Grand Church for Law, Tellarius.
So it takes you about an hour to make your way up there and stuff, because it's up in the northern district, which is closer to the more fabulous side. And as you guys pass through it, you guys notice that, like the southern district has got this like sooty material that kind of floats in the sky up above it from all the various manufacturing things that are happening. The trade district gets a little lighter, but it's still got that thin. But as soon as you cross the river and make your way into the western district and then finally the eastern district, it seems to clear up significantly and is completely gone by the time you reach the middle of the western district. And the northern district where the church sits are these palatial estates, right, of all the nobles and things like that. And the grand church there it sits on several blocks. It's huge. You've been there before. It's white, made from white the white marble and white stone and stuff like that. And you make your way there, and one of the initiates comes up and kind of does a referring bow and asks, how can they help the Master Tahir?
We have been summoned by the Grand Life Protector.
You have? Huh.
Yes.
He's
received a
here.
message.
Okay. Well, let me take you to follow me. And he kind of follows you off you follow him into the church. And instead of going into the direction you thought you were going, to where the office of the Grand Protector is, you kind of diverge and go off to another smaller office. And he opens the door and goes, well, I know that this was requested for you first or an addition. Anyways, the High One Marco Razdal is waiting for you, and he opens the door, and beyond there you see this massive troll kind of sitting there.
Was it the High One I had an appointment with? My brain blank bugger. Yeah.
No,
okay,
no. It's not that. It's you have an appointment, but this is a different missive to do something different.
Right.
So yeah, and so it was. You're right on track. It's just it wasn't what you thought it was. It was like, hey, but we're supposed to go. Why are we going over there? Kind of thing. And you walk in, and he goes, Tahir, it is so good to see you, my friend. How is life in the Southern District treating you?
Very well, thank you. We've made some great strides. The shrine is fully restored. We're getting a little bit of a congregation through the doors. These are my friends Ziggy and Marcus. I think you've met Ziggy before, perhaps?
We have met Ziggy. Ziggy, you looking smallish as ever.
Yeah.
I mean, he's easily 8 foot. He's as tall as Tahir, and with his horns, a little bit taller. He goes, well, it's glad you.
One sword blow, he'd be down.
Say again.
Just take his one sword blow and I'll take out his tendons. He'd be down.
Be down to one knee, right? He goes, well, please sit. And he sits down behind his desk, and he rifles through some papers. And he pulls it out and goes, "Well, the reason why I've called you here is we need to send you out beyond Dodota Shiva. The church has need for you to travel to a small village of Kultur, far to the west, to investigate the news that the temple there has been ransacked by raiders.
Okay.
Kultur is in the foothills of the Fire Mountains and is home to the monk Crag Dilmar and his series, a very devout Ilalian. Reports indicate that the raiders are captured and enslaved some, if not the entire village, ransacked the temple, and burned everything essentially. And just as he starts to finish that, the door opens again, and walks in 4 other individuals. And turn, and behind you see Ataja, who he goes, yes, this is monk Alarquil Tal. He will be going with you to the village to assess what has occurred, and he'll be joined by his 3 acolytes: Jahin Kita, Ashir Whitefoot, which is a Manix, and Kal Tajir, which is a Leonis Jakara. Jana is a human, and they stand there. They haven't spoken. You can barely see their faces because of the cowls and things like that. But you can definitely make them out and stuff like that. Especially the Manix, whose ears pop out through the cloak itself. It's been cut to allow that to happen. And we need you to leave as soon as you can to travel out. It's going to be a week travel via airship. But we will get you on an airship and get you sent out there. I hope you're able to leave the shrine in some good hands. I know that the knights are still there. And we can definitely send down a couple of initiates and another acolyte to maintain the good work that you've started there.
Yeah, certainly. I'd be more than happy to brief them for a handover for a couple of weeks. But I do have a concern, High One, if you don't mind me bringing it up.
Of course, to hear, of course.
We've been waiting on an appointment with the Grand Life Protector in order to remove a curse on Zagia, Death Curse, that will kill him potentially within the next week.
Yes.
Wouldn't.
If I remember correctly, we tried to remove that and we couldn't.
Yes.
Very well.
It was placed upon him by Uldaric himself, or an avatar of him.
He turns to Alhir. He goes, Alhir, make prepare yourself for your travels, and I will send them directly to the Harrow once they've completed their visit with the High One, the Great, the Grand Protector. And he goes, yes, Master. And they kind of turn and they begin to leave, they leave, and then Marco turns. He goes, follow me, and you guys kind of make your way out into the main temples, the main area of the temple, and then he takes you back behind a couple of doors and a couple of hallways and back to this larger office, and there sits the Grand Protector, Grand Life Protector, and he is currently, I think, a Bahul.
I will give him a very deep bow.
Holy cow.
Holy cow.
1 demerit, Ziggy. 1 demerit.
I take it back. Let's not get this cut removed.
You want a zombie Ziggy? That's up to you.
He's a fairly tall Bahul. He's got a very large. I don't know what they're actually called, but they're like those necks that hang down on some of the Bahuls or some of the jowls. The jowls, and it's covered in a large beard. He's completely black, fur skin and everything like that. He's got golden eyes. His horns are completely white, and they're encased with various layers of different silver rings that show his what's it called? I can't think of the term right now. His station within not only the Bahul Society, but also within as the Grand Protector of Life and stuff like that. When you arrive, he knocks. Marku knocks gently. He waits a few seconds, and then you hear this: "Enter." And he opens the door, and there's the Bahul's there, and Marcus bows reverently and says,
I bow very, very deeply.
he goes, Grand Protector, this is Tahir Tog Lumar. He's one of our priests, our new initiates, making great strides. He's currently an initiate, and he's taken on the shrine of the devil's triangle, and has brought that shrine back together. And he's got a request for you, something that we tried earlier. His friend here has been cursed apparently by Udotic, and has a death curse placed upon him, and we tried to resolve it, and we couldn't. They'd like to ask you to help their friend and remove this from him. And he looks down at the Bahul, looks down at the Maddox, and goes, yes, you can definitely see the aura. Yes, we can. I should be able to take care of this. I don't see why not. Yes, thank you, Marku. Marku bows, and he closes the door, and he goes, all right, come here, little one. Come over there. He literally, not unreverently, picks you up and places you kind of on the desk in front of him, and he's looking at you. Goes, yes, I see what we can do here. He goes, follow me. He takes you and he puts you down on the floor, and he walks up. He turns and he walks into this room, and in this room is like almost like a baptizing altar. It's got some holy water in it and this large pool of water behind him. He goes, I need you to step into this.
Okay, it's bath time.
Bath time. And you will need to remove your clothing.
Okay.
And as you do so, he gives you a bluish white linen cloth to cover your body and stuff like that. And you step in, and he goes down and he begins whispering something, and he touches the water, and you're about up to your neck in this pool, because it's a little deeper than what it should be for you. You're kind of starting there, and suddenly it freezes. The whole pool just freezes, and you feel this heat, Ziggy, being pulled from you. Make a willpower check, TS of 4.
As this is happening, I'm very much like studying what the Grand Protector is doing, and just trying to figure out the actual magic that he's channeling behind it all.
What, Marcus?
35, 45, 55, 65, 75. So that's 6 successes.
Right on. Graham?
Yeah, sorry, you said TS of 4. Can you just explain?
Yeah, so a TS of 4 is basically target success. So when you go, if I ask for you to make a willpower check at a TS of whatever, that's in this case a TS of 4, he needs to get 4 or more successes to be successful with it. So Ziggy's, what's Ziggy's willpower?
Ziggy has a willpower. I've just looked at it. Bloody thing. Ziggy's willpower is 78.
So for him to get 7 successes, he rolled a 17? Or
15.
15. So he got all those successes. So he meets or beats the target that he needs to meet, and so he gets that. You don't pass out, but you feel as though your spirit is being split and torn in two, and it causes you not so much physical anxiety as it causes you mental anxiety, and you take 2 insanity points. As this entity, Tahir, you can see from where you're at, is encased in the ice. You can see the ice turns from this bluish white to this deep green, dark black ooze as it's pulled out from him.
2, you say?
Yeah, 2 insanity points.
Yeah, it gives me a total of 3 now.
The Grand Protector then takes this golden like mace like thing and smashes the ice, and it just and Ziggy falls to the floor, and you can see the ice vibrating like it's trying to escape, right? He reaches down, the Grand Protector reaches down and picks up Ziggy kind of by the scruff of his neck and puts him on the floor next to him, and then he stands up and he begins saying some prayers to Lalal. You pick it up as the fact that he's asking Lalal to grant him the power to destroy this entity forever. And as so, the room and the Grand Protector all begin to glow this brilliant goldish white. You guys are utterly blinded by this light as it just encompasses the entire room, and it lasts for maybe 5-6 seconds, and then you hear this popping sound as it all kind of like air is rushing out of the room, and the pool is completely empty.
Brilliant. I'm just going to stand there in kind of like awe.
Just carefully
The-
check. Make sure all the body parts are there.
all the body parts are there.
Marcus stands there going, "Whoa!"
So you no longer have that death curse. Udaric no longer has any control over you, Ziggy. You feel relieved, but you're not the same old Ziggy when you first started this 4 or 5 weeks ago.
No.
It's actually been almost 2 months since you guys met and started dealing with all this stuff. Yeah, Ziggy has got some issues that he's gonna have to work through, unfortunately, and including a specific nightmare that he keeps having, which he hasn't really said anything about. I just want to make sure he doesn't forget about it.
Why do you think I sleep in a hammock at the top of a church?
Right. So what do you so after that the Grand Protector bows to you and goes, I think you're cured, little one. Try not to evoke the spirits, especially demonic ones, again.
I don't exactly go out on purpose to do it.
Well,
It's helping my friend there.
Well.
Thumb towards Tahir.
Tahir. It's his fault. And he turns to you and goes, Tahir, the work that you've been doing has been fantastic. The fact that you've actually taken back over the Devil's Triangle Shrine, which has been a thorn in my side for some time, is of good news. And I hope that you continue to strive to bring Elal to that portion of the city.
Thank you, Grand Life Protector. That is my goal. And thank you very much for curing my friend. As he said, it is my fault. We were the Udaric cult that was under that shrine. It was a tough battle. But thank you.
Well, I know that the knights have been there helping you and cleaning it, and several of our acolytes and other initiates have been there to cleanse it. So, again, I appreciate your time and effort in doing so.
Thank you. I guess we have work to do. Thank you. Ziggy, are you feeling better?
I'm going to get my clothes on.
As you guys begin to maneuver around, some younger petitioners kind of push you off into another area as the Grand Protector moves into his office and starts dealing with other business again like that. And while you're doing that, a box is brought to you here. It's not like a small box. It's maybe 2 feet long, maybe 18 inches deep, and about 18 inches wide. It's kind of like a small chest. The initiate that gives us the petition that gives it to you bows and says, "You're to open this when you return to your shrine. It is a gift from the Grand Protector."
Very well, thank you.
Friend Tahir,
Mm-hmm.
may I ask that person, is he somebody important?
He is the head of the Church of Elal. For the world, isn't it?
Of the world.
Of the entire world.
Wow.
He
Friend Ziggy, you've just had something done by the big boss himself. Wow.
The best way to think about it, Tahir, he is essentially he could almost be considered an avatar of Elal. And Elal has multiple avatars, but the Grand Protector is a direct link to Elal.
The Grand Life Protector is a very special role that is inhabited by very special people. and being in his presence is
Or inspiring.
likely as it's likely as close to being in the presence of Allah that you're likely to get. He is directly connected to the god.
Ziggy, you are a very lucky man. Manx.
So Allah will be there for us.
Yes. Yes.
When the rain starts to fall.
Indeed.
Okay. Yeah, great. I head back to the shrine. If you guys want to come with me, I've just got some.
With him. He's not being on his own when he's traveling at the moment.
I've got some very boring admin stuff to do, and then we can go get on an airship. Anyone been on an airship before?
No, and
Airship.
my gun's currently off being fitted up for something new. I've got my old pea shooter. I can get that out of the storage.
How long do we have to until we leave? Teleris, when's our airship
as soon as you're able to.
Okay. Is it like
the other priests have gone and have begun doing their work on trying to, get ready to take off and those kind of things.
So
is it the kind of thing that
would be all right?
A couple of days would be all right, like a day and a half.
A couple of days would be fine.
Yeah. Cool.
Sorry, do you?
Yeah.
If you're going, then I will. Unless you would like some help. Is there adventure to be had? That's the question.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Without being rude.
Wait, no.
Good friend, Marcus.
I'm trying.
What sort of skill set do you have? Clearly, you can use a belt.
Things.
And you like punching things.
I like punching things. I can track things to a very good degree. I'm good at searching. I know a bit about herbs and spices and herbalism. I can also make smelly bombs and things like that.
We can all fart.
Sorry?
We can all fart.
No. Better than that. I can clear a room with just a few basic ingredients.
Yeah, it's called bad cooking.
Yeah, there is that.
Cheese for me.
It's cheese.
Cheese. Right, cheese. Yeah, that's actually a good ingredient to use sometimes with some of my chemicals and things. But how can I put this? I like the woodland life. I like looking, hunting, traveling, tracking. I'm good at setting traps as well to catch things, rabbits, whatever.
He's overall a very rustic fellow.
Yeah.
Given that we are going to a rural area and probably going to have to track down some very bad people, that sounds like exactly the skill set that we need.
Well, when I was listening to, and I'm sorry if I wasn't meant to be listening, but when I was listening to not the big boss, but the other boss we talked to,
the high one,
yeah. When I talked to him, or when you talked to him, they said something about priests and people had been killed by brigands.
Yes.
No, that's not on. No, that doesn't. No, that's not right. Yeah, and they've burnt something down. What was it they burnt down? Was it a town?
A monastery, I believe.
A monastery? Yeah, no. I would ask. Nay, I would insist that I be allowed to follow with you, because I think these people need some sort of. They need some sort of redemption. Yeah, as in the end of my fist, or my sword, or some other device. No. And there's people going to be hunting you, and if friend Ziggy does not mind, may I join you upon your travels?
I have absolutely no objection and would welcome your presence.
Yeah, it's another big target.
I do need to buy a few things. You said about people. I managed to survive a week. Yeah, unfortunately, I did lose my backpack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no problem. Well, I tell you what, I'll put you on retainer for the shrine. We have a budget for it.
Oh.
So what would be a good retainer for someone of that kind of skill level, like 20, 30 silver a day, something like that?
To put him on retainer,
Yeah.
it's about 100 silver a week.
100 silver a week. Okay, 100 silver a week. I'll give you the first 2 weeks up front because you need to buy equipment and that kind of thing. And yeah, you'll be working for the Church of Halal while you're there.
Okay.
Is that
Can
okay?
I ask then? Can I also, at some point, ask
Yep.
for you for some instructions in halal? Because until recently, I have not really had a denomination. But after watching that miracle happen just now to my friend Ziggy here, I'm interested to learn. Maybe.
Absolutely. I'm more than happy to talk to you about it whenever you like.
Well, you'll have to teach him the first hymn.
Have to teach me the what? Sorry, was that Ziggy?
The
You'll
first
have to
hymn of
teach him the
Halal.
first hymn.
Oh God.
Yes. Right.
No one told you life was going to be this way.
Cancelled, son. Cancelled.
Yes.
I'm making a
So-
TikTok now. Okay, fantastic. I have to do the boring administration handover and let everyone know what I was
Sure.
doing so they can carry on with that work while I'm gone. And also I'm going to run quickly around the district and meet with the people that I've been trying to build a little bit of a coalition with.
Do you wish me to come along as a guard? Seeing as you've got these people that want to.
It's okay. I'll take a couple of the nights and you can go get yourself stocked and just let them know I'll be away for a couple of weeks and who to contact in my absence. Okay. Great. Ziggy, do you have any preparations that need making?
Just need to go get my gun and just get some spares of holy water and holy oil.
Okay. We'll take some extra.
Because, yeah, they always seem to come in useful.
I almost bloody forgot. I'm going to open up the box.
Okay, so you open
What's
up
in
the
the
box.
What's
What's
in
in
the
the
box?
box, man? What's in the box? So you open up the box,
money.
and
Open
there
the box.
is
We need about
a couple of items for you. Get to here. You have. It looks like what's looks like is a this vestment. It looks like a robe of stars, right? It's
Yep.
got all these various things on it. It's a bluish white garment that is the true colors of Halal, and then you have these various patches or sewn in needled work stars scattered throughout the entire garment and stuff like that.
That's beautiful.
It's a robe for all. It's basically it's a replacement of your robe. And you open up you open it, when you open it, there's a note there. It says, "When you are finished, please return."
Okay. No problem.
For all intents and purposes, basically that when you are attacked, it sparks anytime that you are attacked and causes damage to be ignored. Whenever the attack does half or less of the character's health points, it does you take no damage at all.
Okay. What's it called?
Robe of Stars.
Robe of Stars. And does that stack with the other armor I've got?
So basically with this, it doesn't have armor absorption. If it does, so what's your health?
My health is 93 currently.
So if I don't do, if an attack doesn't do more than let's say 47 points or damage or more, you don't suffer damage. The damage is completely ignored.
Okay.
It never exists.
What happens first? So
the robe will take effect first, right?
Yeah.
So let's say that if you let's say you're hit with 100 points of damage, right?
Yeah.
The robe basically will absorb up to half your health of damage, and then the rest is absorbed by your armor.
Right. Okay.
So
fantastic.
you're kind of like doubly protected, but you have to return this when you're done.
Yeah, that's super tanky. I love it.
Master's pet.
I am somewhat terrified at what Talaris Games Master is planning to throw at us.
And
The bodies of the other party from Saturday that got slaughtered.
Did it happen again?
Not yet. This is the old TPK.
Okay.
this is the other TPK. God, You just never gonna let me down. You never gonna let me live that
No.
down. No,
No,
it's not my fault.
I'm traumatized for life.
Well, you're also, yeah. There's also, when you pull that out, there is a small set of set of leather armors, hardened leather armor there as well.
Mhm.
And it's very small.
you.
Okay, I'll hand that to Ziggy. Presumably, that's for Ziggy.
So Ziggy, you have what's called
Gimp suit.
leather. Gimp
Right
suit.
now.
No, it's a leather armor of you once you pick it up, once you touch it, you can feel the magic energy in it, and for all intents and purposes, it has a standard bonus on it. So basically, it's going to absorb 15 points of any damage done to you, right off the bat, plus the normal 9. So basically, you've got an armor absorption of 24.
That's excellent.
There is. Is this similar to what I'm wearing?
No, yours is made out of dragon hide. This is a different kind of leather. And Ziggy, anytime that you're hit anytime that a melee attack, not melee, I'm sorry, missile attack hits you, there's a 50% chance that it simply misses every time.
Nice.
Is it above 50% or below 50%?
So if you roll a 1 through 50, it misses. If you roll a 51 through 100, it hits normally.
Okay, right. Right, just wanted to know, just for safety.
And when you put it on, it's very loose when you put it on, but once you put it on, you kind of wiggle around. You feel it kind of constrict around your body in a way that fits like a second skin.
Okay.
Oh my
Where's
God,
the zip?
Ziggy.
Might this keep you alive?
What did you do?
Something's going on and I can't
I'm not
see
sure what's
it.
going on in the chat, but for some reason they keep signing me out and back in.
What?
Literally on my page, I've just got it. Just says welcome to the chat. To the chat, just line after line of that on Twitch.
I don't know what's going on.
I think that's your end issue, not a.
Yeah.
Right, the stream's fine for me.
Can
Yeah.
you run Twitch at the same time?
Well, you can be on Twitch, watching Twitch on another channel on your if you've got like 2 screens or what have you, if you want to watch it. All right,
What I
so
do.
say again.
That's what I do, so I can like chat with chatters as they.
Right.
Oh, I see.
there.
Right.
So to hear, what is it you want to do exactly?
So I want to, because I said they're sending an acolyte and some initiates to sort of like keep things running while I'm gone.
Correct. An acolyte, a human acolyte, and several others kind of arrive, and
Yep.
they introduce themselves that they're here to maintain the shrine while you're away.
Yep.
Along with and you still have the captain. Sorry, I put my notes away. Hold on.
Yep.
So you still have Captain Darby there as well.
Yep.
Where is he? Right. Where's Captain Darby? Right. Yeah. I'm sorry, Moody. Captain Dre Moody. He's there as well. Then you have okay. Then you have so you have the guards there, then you have these knights, these priests that are taking over for you. Yeah, I'm just looking at my notes. I've got them all over the place for this, but yeah. So Dre Moody is the captain that basically has been with you since the moment you started doing everything else.
Cool. So I'm going to explain to the new acolyte. Like I've got to go away for a few weeks on church business. I've been working here. I'll tell them about what we've done. We've dealt with the Radu cult, and we dealt with the Udaric necromancer thing. And I'll say that the temple's been cleansed. My primary thing that I'm working on at the moment is getting more people through the door for services, and I'm mostly doing that by offering free food with services. So I'm also feeding the local population, and also that these are the people, and I'm going to name the captain of the local watch, like the watch for the Devil's Triangle, a couple of the innkeepers, and like other prominent businessmen and people that have interest in the area. I'll say these are the people I'm trying to build a coalition with, so that we can make improvements to the Devil's Triangle as a whole to raise the standard of living there. That's sort of the rundown, and I'll introduce them to Captain Dre Moody and say he's been here with me from the beginning. He knows everything I've been doing, so if you've got questions, he can more than easily answer them. Be aware that we have pissed off some pretty powerful people while we've been here, and they might, in my absence, try to do something, so just be aware of that.
So just for your information, the acolyte that's actually going to be taking your place for the time being is his name is Karn, Cairn, Madak, Madake. He is a human.
Yeah, cool. No worries.
Does he make door decorations?
You know, I actually changed his last name 3 times because I knew that you would be saying something, and then you still found some way to make
something to say.
Because if he does, it could be the Wreath of Khan.
Oh,
God.
all right, guys. That was
See,
great.
you know, so yeah, you know what? I don't feel bad about your TPK because, you know, yeah,
You
I no
should.
longer feel bad. No, it's
Deserved it.
no.
Fully deserved it.
I don't feel bad anymore.
The Wreath of Khan.
The Wreath of
How
Khan.
did
Oh
my
God.
brain just doesn't work like that?
Yeah,
I cannot come up with puns on the fly to
Not
save
like
my
that.
life.
Yeah, same here.
It just
Plot when you meet him
Yes.
in person, when you're playing a game at the table in person, it's like it's switched on all the time. It's just full flow. You can say one thing
It's
and all of a sudden
different.
there's a whole...
It's different when I'm running a game, though.
I've only ever played in a game in person with Simon when Simon's running. So
Yeah. And you've played the same scenario.
Mhm.
Yes, I know.
You play tested it,
I know. One of the first.
and hopefully the sequel, part 2, will be run this March.
Excellent.
More vampires in kimonos.
Are you coming up
Yes.
to Aircon again next year?
Hopefully. I'm not thinking too much about next year yet, but hopefully. Fingers crossed. So yeah, that's basically the rundown I give them. I don't feel there's anything else I've missed. I'm just telling them. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone loves
Yes.
the horse. They're big cow people. There's nothing to not love about them.
Gunsmith. So all his guns are ASA armories. Okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm going to get a couple of 100 rounds of ammunition while I'm there.
I'm just going to quickly run around the district to all the people I've been working with and just explain that I'm going away for 3 weeks, and if they need anything while I'm gone, contact either Captain Dre Moody or Khan Madrak at the temple.
I'm gonna do, getting that backpack I said together. So I decided to put it in the story.
Mm-hmm. That's a lie. When have I ever asked questions? Where's reputation go? Renown.
Underneath gender.
Yeah. Okay.
Look it up. Excellent.
Sexy.
Which gives me the additional bonuses of the rifle barrel. Plus 10 bonus damage and plus 10 bonus to the attack score. Nice. It int part spin. Excellent.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant. I'll sort of like take his arm in like a, the sort of like grip like that. And best of luck. Hopefully see you in a few weeks. If not, I'll be with you. Fall out the sky.
Fall out the sky.
And how many senators died the last time? Ah, right. Okay. Here just looks kind of sad and a bit annoyed. Anyway, this is our ship, the Harrow. Pleased to meet you, Captain Aramak. I knew that.
Just going to say, does a bit fall off?
I'm sure we're in extremely safe hands.
Just look up at to here and Marcus. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Before Tahir steps on, he does the Church of Allah
I
equivalent
am
of
muted
crossing
on
himself
Twitch.
and uttering a Hail Mary.
Right. And I was muted on Twitch. I wish I would have known that earlier. I guess I muted myself by accident. Oh well. So they are they get you guys get on the ship, and it begins to you know you hear a hammer hitting some nails, real quick. Before Automak gets on and goes, okay, ready? All right, let's go. And he kind of pushes off the dock a little bit to get it out and going. And you feel this magical or this energy. I can't say it's necessarily magic, but definitely this electrical energy kind of come to life as he pushes off from the ship. And the engines are this thin humming of almost like, if you've ever, I don't know if you guys have these in Britain, but there are certain power lines you can hear the hum of electricity happening, and that's what you hear in this. And he goes in the ship, and as soon as he takes off, it kind of starts to rise up, and it turns, and it starts to move towards the southeast as it starts to move towards that. And down below, you can see the city of Dagdora Shiva start to fade away, right? As you guys move further and further, and you guys get a little bit higher. You're about 8,000, 9,000 feet above. And now you see the splendor of the entire region that is Dagdora Shiva, which is a city state. You can see you see the city itself. You can make out the various sections. But you see the hundreds of acres of farmland and other things that kind of surround the city, along with a number of other shack-like structures that make up the slums that sit on the south side of it as it kind of makes its way down. And you can just see it's a brilliant early morning sky. The sun has risen. It's bright and yellow. You can make off to the north the Deserian Mountains, which is also one of the major places that the monks of Alal kind of tend to, not the Church of Alal, but the monks of Alal, which are completely different. You can see the glistening bluish waters of the Dudan Sea behind Dagdora Shiva, which is several miles. Dagdora Shiva sits several miles inland, and you can see the river Halan, kind of snaking its way down and stuff like that. And you can see ahead of you these these mountains, these very thin mountains that right now they're kind of purplish in the distance. And he points out, he goes, those are the fire mountains. We'll be there. We'll be there in a couple weeks. And
Go find my room.
as we're taking off, Tahir is just glued to the side of the airship, watching Dodora Shiva sort of like unfold beneath him, with this like look on his face of just sheer unmitigated joy.
What's interesting about Dodora Shiva, as the sun is rising, it almost sparkles because of the whiteness of the walls, like a pearl, right? It's got this light that kind of like comes up from it, right? And as you're moving away, and as the light starts to fade because the sun starts to move, you come to understand why Dodora Shiva factors so much into control between those that are good and those that are evil. Because if it ever falls to an evil control, the world around it will suffer horrible things.
Okay.
So what we'll do there is we'll call it there tonight, guys. I think that's a great stopping point. We'll pick up in a couple weeks with you guys starting to make your descent down to Kaltor, and we'll pick up from there.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
What I'm going to
Great game.
give is I'm going to give each of you guys 1,500 merit points to add to your ranking of your character. What were you saying, Graham?
I was going to say in 2 weeks' time, Plot and I will be on our way back from.
So the 10th, December 10th, or December 4th.
Sunday should be fine for me. I'll be. It's only a couple of hours for me. It's the 11th. No, the 4th. Yeah. 4th.
Is it the 4th? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if that's and Graham, would you be available the 11th then?
I should be, yes. It's same thing as Plot. I got to it's just getting back.
Yeah, Graham's a bit further away than me, so.
Right.
Going on the train. Let's hope you're not left standing like you were last time.
Yes.
I can't do the 11th. I've got something the week in between these now, so.
Right. Understood. So we'll shoot for the 4th or the 11th. 1,500. We'll search. We'll see if we can make the 4th. If we can't make the 4th, then the next one will be the 18th.
Yeah, should be able to make that one.
Well, if they can't make the 4th, those that can make it, we can still have a round table chat if people are interested, and we can discuss the setting and the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. We can do that too.
that sounds really fun.
So at least people
We can.
get
If you
something.
guys want to, we can delve into the hows, whys, and what fors of Kralis and Legends of Kralis and the rule system.
Housewives
May
of
as
Kralis. That sounds like a terrible show.
I would watch that.
The Housewives of Kralis. I would watch that. Are you kidding me?
You should make a campaign for that and start everyone off at like level 0 commoners as like the Housewives of Kralis,
Oh,
or
that'd be
like
funny.
as like ex-adventurers that have like settled down and now they're like their husbands or partners have all been like kidnapped and they're coming out of retirement for one last adventure kind of thing.
Oh, that might be
and they're
interesting.
there-
That would definitely be a one shot. That's for sure. But that'd be
Yeah,
fun to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they're
definitely
there
give it
trying
some
to
thought.
juggle finding out what the hell's happened to their partners whilst also like going through this adventure, but also dealing with like their fucking bratty kids and like
Mom.
yeah,
Right, I
PTA
got you.
bake sales and stuff. Like
All right.
that'd be fun.
So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and say goodbye now, and we'll figure out it'll be the 4th, the 11th, or the 18th. Definitely the 4th, and probably the 4th, and we'll get to maybe do a me and you guys as guests and talking about world building, maybe, because I know that's what
Yep.
you're doing on your channel there to here, Plot.
Yep.
And
I
then
love talking about world building.
and then get Ada Prent in here, and maybe we can talk about the whats and wherefores of world building and Legend of Kralis, and where I thought everything was going to go, and the rules systems. And I can even show you guys some of the old stuff. I actually got into one of my old laptops, and I've got stuff dated back to the 90s. That's in a Word format PD and stuff like that I've got to pull out and stuff like that. So, anyways,
Remember the 90s.
I remember.
Good night,
I
everyone.
don't
Thank you very much
remember
for
the
coming.
90s. I don't remember the 90s. So, all right. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you guys soon.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.
night.
Right,
Bye.
Bye.